Tonight's horn.
It's eat or be eaten as you chase through mind-boggling mazes, gobbling up points. Punch! Odyssey's computer keyboard lets you program a myriad of mazes all your own. Nobody else's maze game does that. KC Munchkin, available now. Odyssey². Programmed by you.
Atari thought to itself, you know, let's not make a game that's sort of something like Pac-Man. Let's make actual Pac-Man. So they license Pac-Man.
So in '81, Magnavox on the good old Odyssey² releases a game called KC Munchkin.
Magnavox does not do this with its Odyssey² system. Magnavox says, let's just straight up make a game that's like Pac-Man.
This was about a year before Pac-Man came out for the Atari 2600.
All I gotta say is KC Munchkin again, KC Munchkin.
It's about eating stuff. Dots. In a maze.
Now, of course they would do this because everybody was doing this. Nobody was, you know, suing each other or anything.
And while it's a good Pac-Man clone, it is a Pac-Man clone.
Atari didn't like this game that was very similar to Pac-Man coming out on a home console before they had a chance to get their own, you know, original version out. So they sued him.
A little further than a clone. In KC Munchkin, you look like Pac-Man except you're blue. You're a pie. Part of pie, your mouth moves up and down like Pac-Man does.
Sort of have ears, sort of.
Sort of.
Today, we wouldn't really consider this much of a ripoff, and really, certainly, probably nobody would end up suing over it in the environment that we have today.
But there's ghosts in the game as well that are different
They're
colors.
critters.
And there's a maze.
Sure, KC Munchkin's a better version, but still, regardless, it was deemed close enough.
So the case goes all the way up to the Supreme Court of the United States. And it was a landmark case because it was the first time there was any sort of decision made regarding video games and copyright.
Atari actually won the lawsuit on appeal.
Video games were so new. This really established, this court case, the notion of copyright law as far as it pertained to video games.
Yeah, they had to pull it off the shelves.
Could you imagine a game that ripped off another game's play style?
Ironically, the sequel to the game, Casey's Crazy Chase, no longer has the ghost-like things that you would eat. It has a centipede, so it was kind of up yours to Atari and their centipede.
It's a good thing we had the KC Munchkin lawsuit to prevent such things.
So there you go. So games like KC Munchkin and Crazy Kong, you can't cut it. You gotta think up your own game. Sorry.
What happened to this law that we just have all sorts of crap, just boop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop, and by boop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop, I mean just copying the same ideas over and 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 over.
So there you go. The legacy of KC Munchkin and Casey's Crazy Chase. More software companies suing each other.
1981 was the year of suing and Pac-Man clones. That sums up the entire year. Thank you for watching 1981.